Crossrail, also known as the Elizabeth Line, it opened on the 24th of May 2022, being split into three sections: the western section, the central section, which is the new bit, and the eastern section. The central section opened without Bond Street, as the station got caught up in delays and cost overruns. However, this was corrected when the station opened on October 24th. Until now, the three sections have continued to operate independently of each other as three separate railways. However, today, the 6th of November, these sections will be partially merged together into one railway with two main operating patterns: Reading and Heathrow to Abbey Wood and Shenfield to Paddington. This is a process known as through running and has commenced today.
Alright, so you join me at a rather damp Stratford station. There is a train there behind me. I'm here because this is the last station on the eastern section of the network before the trains head down into the new tunnels through the Pudding Mill Lane portal, which is just over there. So yeah, this train behind me will, instead of following the surface line through to Liverpool Street, be going into the new tunnels and through London to Paddington. We're going down. And into the new portal. There we go. We're now in the new tunnels.
Next station, Whitechapel.
It doesn't take long before we reach the Stepney Green Junction, which is the point at which trains like ours from the northern branch merge with trains from the southern branch to Abbey Wood and Canary Wharf. You can hear the clacking of the tracks as we pass over it.
Next station, Whitechapel.
Alright, so we're now at Whitechapel and I've drawn note to that.
This is
Oh.
the train.
Okay. I've drawn note to that because this is somewhere that the trains would not have stopped previously. They just ran non-stop from Stratford to Liverpool Street, but actually it does make sense that there's an intermediate station because it's quite a long way between the two, and also it means that we've of course merged with the southern branch that goes down to Abbey Wood as well. Alright, that's all I wanted to say here. I'll see you at Paddington. Alright, so we're now at Paddington, where this adventure started all those months ago when I was here on opening day. And this train terminates here, so I'm going to wait here for the next train, which does continue further. Because for now the trains from Shenfield terminate here, the trains from Abbey Wood keep going. More on that later. What I found interesting is that when we were at Whitechapel, the announcements on the train said, you know, obviously change here for the southern branch to Canary Wharf and Abbey Wood and places like that, but it also said change there.
The train on platform B terminates here. Any customers travelling towards Heathrow or Reading, please remain on the platform.
That's interesting. The screen doors are still open. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so, as well as saying change for the southern branch, it also said if you are going to, you know, Reading and Heathrow and places like that, change here as well.
Change here for trains to Reading and Heathrow Airport.
But I don't know, I just found that a bit strange because you can technically change at any of the core stations if you were doing that journey. Anyway, this train's off. It's just going to go out to some sidings and reverse back in. There it goes. And then I'm going to wait for the next one.
These are the sidings I was just talking about. Trains that terminate at Paddington continue out of the station and change direction using the centre two tracks here, with through services using the outer two tracks. I included this clip because the driver was kind enough to give me a whistle. Just the other side of these sidings is the Royal Oak Portal, where trains enter and exit the tunnels through the city.
Alright, so we're on. I'm actually quite excited for this bit of the journey because what's always happened so far is that the trains just sort of tantalisingly, they terminate here, but then you see them drive out of the station, but you can't stay on them because they're out of service. Not anymore. You can now stay on the train as it drives out of the station, and heads out towards Reading, and I'm quite excited about that. Alright, we're now out in the open, and in a second we'll go past those sidings I was talking about a minute ago. In fact, I can see them coming up now. Okay, so we have stopped. Great Western Main Line's there. The sidings where they reverse trains are there. Oh.
Apologies for the slide today, we're just going a bit earlier at red signal, which will move again very shortly. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, no, I did hear about this, which is that for timetabling purposes or whatever, it does mean that when trains are entering and exiting the core, they have to wait. And watch me now be distracted by a Heathrow Express train. There it goes. There we go, so that train that we saw in the sidings is now heading back into the tunnels. And we're off. There it goes. Alright, so that's the train there. We're now at Ealing Broadway, and that concludes it for my little adventure today. But that's still not it for the Elizabeth line, as I shall now explain.
That's right, because full through running, with services running all the way from Shenfield to Reading and Heathrow, will not occur until May 2023. Only when this happens will you finally be able to say that the Elizabeth line is one. Further in the future, we've got a new station at Old Oak Common opening up to provide interchange with HS2, and there have always been talks of extending the line beyond Abbey Wood to Dartford, Ebbsfleet or Gravesend. Beyond that, there have also been proposals for a northward extension from Old Oak Common to either Tring or High Wycombe.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed today's little video and sort of talk about what the future holds for this line. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, I've got playlists around here probably. I've got videos here, I've got a subscribe button, you know how this stuff works. Thanks for watching, cheerio, toodle pip.